Hello, it's good to see you. Today we are going to read the Wardrobe Malfunction contest winners. I have 7 of them here in no particular order. I read over them. I received about probably 300 stories from people, and I was not able to read them all because I had so many, but I picked 7 people to be the winners of the contest. And I was going to do outfits for the first 5 and then have 2 runners up. One of the winners, though, actually the first one I picked, I went to send her a message, and there was a thing on Facebook Messenger saying I was not allowed to message this person anymore. I'm not really sure what happened there, but her pseudonym is Veronica Jane. That's what she wanted me to call her. So if you're watching, if you could send me a message or something, I would appreciate it. But I could not message you to tell you that I had picked your story. So if you're watching, I could do an outfit for you, but I can't if I can't get in touch with you. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm not really sure why, but Facebook will no longer let me message you for some reason. So that's not the real name, but she wanted to be referred to as Veronica Jane. Anyway. I wanted to read the stories to you and then just talk a little bit about the process of picking out these outfits. I'm not going to show you anything, although I have already bought a lot of stuff. I have big bags of stuff in here, and I was going to talk about that a little bit and the process I go through when I do this. Now, I've done this one other time. It might have been last year. I can't remember. I think it was a year ago this past summer that I picked 3 people and did 3 outfits apiece for 3 people. Only I ended up buying a lot more than that. I'll talk about that. But that's what this crumpled piece of paper is about. It's 2 pieces actually. But first I want to read the stories to you. Now some of these you've already heard. Let's see. The first 2 you've heard. The first 3 you've heard. And the 4th one. Sorry. I did read them all, but I found more in the first batch that I read, but I did read them all. So I'm going to start here with Veronica Jane, which is the person that I can't get in touch with. Is really frustrating. But I'm going to read that one first. So yeah, some of these you've already heard, but you'll hear them again. Okay. Veronica Jane says, I have a very embarrassing one for you. I got married a few years ago, and the whole day turned out to be awful. The same day I had gotten married, there were 10 other weddings in the surrounding area, and only have the guests shown up due to so many that day. I think she's saying that guests had other weddings to go to. So as the doors opened for me to walk down the aisle, I noticed that a lot of people were missing. So I'm already upset about that. Then I had realized one of the groomsmen was missing. So I said, okay, it's fine. I won't let this ruin my day. After the ceremony, we had some pictures done and we went to the reception. As we were getting situated to be introduced, I felt like my dress was being pulled down a little and I couldn't figure out what was going on. No one could be stepping on the train because we had pinned it up. So we go through the motions of the evening and we get to my father-daughter dance, and that's when it went bad. My dad and I did one of those crazy dances to a mix of Missy Elliott, Parliament, and the song Uptown Funk. Well, as we're dancing, I went to step back to give my father his funkadelic solo, as he called it, and I stepped on a little part of the back of my dress. And all at the same time, my heel on my shoe cracked, and the clasp to hold my train up ripped, and the whole seam from the bottom of the corset ripped, and the whole back of my dress fell down below my butt. Everyone just laughed, and as I turned around to run, I slipped on my heel that had broken and bumped into the table with the cake on it, and I knocked the cake over. Needless to say, that marriage only lasted 3 years, and I blame it all on the malfunctions of that day. Oddly enough, that was the first story I read out of all the stories, and that just cracked me up. That one stuck with me. Okay, the second one you've heard too, but it's just, I love it. This is from Chloe. So when I was little, I didn't have a costume for this fun run, and it was a charity fun run, and I couldn't be without a costume, so there had to be something. My nan joked that I should go as a plastic bag as it was the day before and I was panicking. And she was like, well, the only material we have in this house to try to make a quick costume with is plastic bags. And I just looked at her like, no. And I just laughed. But then I thought it was a genius idea to go as a charity bag, as it's a charity event. And I thought, genius, no one's going to think about that. So I did that, and I went as a charity bag. The run was going fine until suddenly it got really windy and light rain, and the teachers kept us going because it was nearly the end. But then my costume made of bags was not very secure. It was literally just bags with holes in it, and I had not thought about the fact that bags aren't a warm material, and I was only wearing underwear underneath. Next minute, I know part of my costume is running away, and the kids are laughing. But then I realized that these ducks, my school was near a pond, and they like to say hi when it rains, had decided the plastic bag was food. And I love ducks, so I'm not going to let it get hurt by the bag. So there I am, chasing this duck around a field in my underwear. The rest of my costume flailing in the wind, falling off of me. As I catch up to the duck, it lets go of the bag, but as I go to grab the bag, I fall headfirst into the mud. At this point, half the school is laughing at me. The saving grace of the story is a girl who I thought was cute but never talked to, helped me to the lost and found to get me new clothes. She even let me borrow some of her PE kit so I didn't have to wear the smelly old clothes, which was nice. She said she liked my costume and my little gay heart was happy, and I finally got to talk to her. And then I went home and my nan thought it was hilarious. There's just so much going on in that story. I was not expecting the ducks. Okay, so that's the second one. The third one is from Candace, and this one I've read as well. Okay. Some of my family lives in North Carolina. I was visiting for the first time with my husband. I didn't pick this because it has North Carolina in it, I promise. We went to the beach, aka Killer Ocean. So we went out a few feet, falling over the whole time. We looked like baby cows learning to walk for the first time. So we finally got comfortable with the 10-foot waves. Okay, not really, allegedly, and went about waist deep. All of a sudden, my husband started laughing, and I looked over, and bam, the moon was shining bright. My husband and I started cracking up, all while trying to keep my bathing suit in check. After a few minutes, he figured out his bathing suit and decided to exit the ocean. So I'm standing there watching some guy on a blow-up float, wondering how in God's name he hasn't drowned, and I hear my entire family in hysterics on the beach. I looked around, not seeing the joke. It finally clicked. My bathing suit was gone. Apparently, in the crazy waves of the ocean and my dang nosy self, I didn't realize the ocean had taken my bathing suit completely down. No matter how hard I tugged, laughing hysterically didn't help. It wouldn't come back up. So I panicked and I went closer to shore. I finally had to admit defeat and walk to the shore to get my bathing suit back on. Yes, I flashed about 50 beach goers with my Connecticut white self. The best part, no one seemed to care. One guy said, "You must be new to the ocean. It happens all the time." And it does. Oh, great. Best vacation ever. I'm moving to North Carolina, and in the next few years, I fell madly in love. Even after that. And this one is from Kennedy. Let's see. My funny wardrobe malfunction was not what I was wearing, but what someone else was wearing that embarrassed me a lot. So funny looking back now, though. I was about 10 at a hockey game. The man in front of me kept leaning back and forth in his seat, and his pants were way too big, so there was a gap between his back and pants when he leaned forward. I was chewing gum, and the seats were pretty steep at the arena, and the gum fell out of my mouth and landed in the gap between his back and pants. You know where it landed, LOL. I was mortified. It was worse because he didn't notice, and he kept leaning back and forth, and the gum was stretching. I had to tell my mom, and she was laughing so hard, and finally told the guy what had happened, and he was very nice about it. But a few elderly ladies behind me could not stop laughing. It's so funny now, but at age 10, I was so mortified. And this one is from Maggie. Okay, so this isn't a story about me specifically, but about an ex-boyfriend who we will call Dave, not his real name, myself, and a lesson horse named Toby, his real name because he deserves glory for his moment. I was about 18 years old at the time and had been riding horses for 10 years. Dave and I had been together for almost a year, and the relationship was becoming rather toxic. He was becoming very argumentative as time went on, and nearly everything in his life was somehow my fault. Been there. On one chilly fall day, I had invited Dave up to the barn with me to watch me ride my own horse, Georgia. He was in a good mood this day and seemed excited to come along because he'd never seen me ride before. Y'all been together almost a year and he hadn't seen you ride? Well, some people just don't care. They're so self-absorbed they don't really care what you're into. About 2 hours after arriving at the barn, I finished my workout and put my horse into her stall. Dave asks me to show him the other horses, so I proceed to start the introductions of all the horses in this 40-stall barn. On side B, in stall number 12, lives a horse named Toby. He's an awkward fella who looks more like a mule than a horse, with his ridiculously long ears and wide-set face. Toby leans his head over the stall door begging for attention, and Dave starts to walk to him when he sees the sign on his door which reads in bright, bold red lettering, "Caution, I bite." Dave tells me surely he isn't mean, and I agree with him. Toby has lived as a lesson horse at this barn for the last 6 years and has not one mean bone in his body, but he's extremely mischievous. He's grabbed and broken many necklaces, stolen many hats from people's heads, and cups of coffee in their tack boxes in his time. Once he even stole a kid's lollipop. So we continue our tour with one last look at Toby, and about 20 minutes later we're done. I tell him we can head out for lunch soon. I just needed to run to the restroom first. Dave nods his head and vows to wait by the car for my return. But when I come out, he's not by the car. I started walking towards the parking lot, assuming he'd meet me there, when I hear a high-pitched, girlish shriek followed by cussing. A lot of cussing. I run in the direction of the commotion only to find Dave standing outside Toby's stall, and he's trying to yank a good-sized chunk of denim out of the horse's mouth while glaring at me for laughing. Dave decided Toby couldn't be as bad as I said he was and decided to go pet him anyway. But as he went to leave, Toby grabbed the seat of his jeans and pulled them hard enough to rip a hole right in the butt. It took several minutes for me to stop laughing to be able to go help him retrieve the missing piece of his pants. And we were forced to detour to the nearest Walmart before lunch. Good boy, Toby. That was cute. I wouldn't be able to help but laugh either. That's just funny. I'm sorry. If you mess with a horse that has a sign like that, you get what you deserve. Okay, this story is from Alexis. My wardrobe malfunction is this. I work in healthcare and wash my scrubs after every shift. I woke up in a hurry and ran to my dryer to pull out my clean scrubs for the day. About an hour into my shift, I noticed some people were giggling, and it wasn't until a very cute male employee I work with told me that the static cling made a pair of underwear stick to the back of my scrub pants. Of course, it was my Harry Potter underwear. I don't know why, but the Harry Potter bit just... It's just a little short. It's the story. I thought that was cute with the Harry Potter. Can you imagine walking around with Harry Potter underwear stuck to your back? Oh my God. On the back of the pants. Okay, and this story is from Sarah. During a summer boating trip, this boat had a pointed front to it like the Titanic. So I went to the front of the boat trying to be all cute and whatnot, but I ended up falling off the front of the boat into the water. Except on my way down, my bottom of my bathing suit got caught on a hook where you could put an anchor, and my bottom bathing suit split in half right down the middle. So now I'm floating in the middle of a busy, highly populated lake, butt naked, with nothing but a towel to save me from pure embarrassment. Many, many boats saw it happen. Definitely something I'll never forget. That was my wardrobe malfunction story. Lord, that didn't turn out like it did in Titanic. That's not romantic at all. It's a good thing Rose didn't do that. All the Victorian clothing she had on, she would have stuck to the side of the ship. Okay, so that is the 7 stories. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about the process. Now, I don't have a lot of experience with this kind of thing. Like I said, I've only done it one other time. But I thought I would learn from my last experience. You know, when you do something for the first time, you mess up, you do things and think, well, if I were to ever do that again, I would do this a little differently. Well, I made a promise to myself. I said, if I ever do another one of these types of things where I put together outfits for people, we're going to stick to what we say, okay? If I'm going to make one outfit for a person, they're going to get one outfit, and that's all. I'm not going to go do like I did last time. I was supposed to put together 9 total outfits. I think I ended up doing probably almost twice that many because I just kept finding things. Well, I don't know that they got twice as many, but you know, they got a bunch of extra stuff because, and here's the problem I've run into. Okay, so what I do, let me go back. So I contact the people whose stories I've chosen. And I picked 7, so I thought, well, that way, hopefully I will get at least 5 people to respond. Because you run into stuff like with Miss Veronica Jane, for some reason, Facebook Messenger says that I am not allowed to send her messages. I have no idea why that is. I don't have her blocked. I don't know why she would block me. It's weird. Maybe she's not on there anymore. I don't know. But if you're watching, the one with the wedding, you know, get in touch with me. But anyway, so I did get responses from, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Actually, I think it's 6. I think Sarah contacted me, but I don't have her on these pieces of paper, which is fine because I'm not done shopping yet. So, all right. So I contacted the winners and I asked them all for the same information. You know, what kind of outfit are you looking for? Because remember, I was only going to do one outfit per person. So what kind of outfit would you like? You know, what size? I need like clothing sizes. Any information you can give me as far as helping me pick sizes for you. Are there any certain styles you do like, you don't like, colors, patterns, you know, are there things that you prefer? Stuff like that. So, because I find it's tough. And I know a lot of people, and I would feel this way too. I would feel bad being really picky. I'm not picky, but like really detailed. Like, okay, here's the sizes I wear exactly. I don't like this kind of thing. I do like that kind of thing. I'd feel like I was being rude, but it's actually very helpful because if you come to me and say, well, you know, I wear about this size and anything is fine. It's so broad. You know, it's such a broad range of things. And I'm always afraid I'm going to pick out stuff that you don't like. And if I don't know what you like, I'm not going to know what to work with. But it was pretty good. I got some ideas from the people here. So what I'm doing is, I said I was going to do jewelry, but I'm having a hard time finding jewelry that I want to get for people. Because again, I think only one person told me what kind of jewelry they like. The others didn't mention it, which is totally fine. I mean, maybe they don't wear jewelry or, you know, they don't have any preferences. I think I had the first person, Maggie, told me what kind of jewelry she likes. And Maggie was the most specific about the kind of stuff she likes. So I'll just go ahead and give you some little stuff. So Maggie is long and lean. She's very tall and slim. She likes long flowy skirts. She's a pretty eccentric person. She likes dark clothes, anything with a witchy vibe to it, or anything that's vintage or odd. And she said that Stevie Nicks is definitely one of her style icons. And she said that she likes vintage jewelry or costume style jewelry. Silver looks best on her. She said she has an olive skin tone, so silver looks good. She likes anything horse related, macabre or gothic, vintage style, or just oddities and interesting stuff. So that actually gives me a lot to work with, you know, because you go into a thrift store and it's just Oh my gosh, I've already been to 4 different thrift stores shopping because it's different. Everyone you go into, you're going to find totally different stuff. So Maggie gave me a lot to work with. Oh my goodness. The thing about shopping for her that's frustrated me, and it's not her fault, is this is what I call the curse of the thrift store. And there's the heartbreak of the thrift store. The heartbreak of the thrift store is when you find something you really, really like, but it's not your size. It's not like you can just keep looking and find another one in that size. There's usually just one, and it is whatever size it is. That's the heartbreak of the thrift store. I've had that happen to me so many times. I find it just this cool thing, but it's not my size. I'm like, dang it. So, the heartbreak of the thrift store. Now, see, normally I got excited when I read that she likes long, flowy skirts because I'm always finding these cool, long, flowy skirts in thrift stores all the time. I trip over them. There are so many. I can't find any now. I have been in 4 different stores. I have not found a single long flowy skirt in a size that I think would fit her because she's 5'9" and weighs 120 pounds. So you're gonna have to get a small, but I can't find any. All the really cool skirts would be too big. So, but I'm not done. I'm gonna do some more shopping. I'm gonna do another video and it's gonna be whispered. I thought about doing all this together, but I didn't want to whisper any story reading because then people complain because they can't hear me. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I've already bought. I have not put together any outfits yet. I'm just going to show you the pieces I've bought because I'm really excited. I found some really cool stuff and I want to show it to you before I put outfits together. But the thing I tried to learn last time was, okay, whatever you say you're going to do, just do that. If you're going to do one outfit per person, just get one outfit and stop. Don't buy any more stuff. I have not stuck to that. No, because the problem is, okay, so say you're looking for, like, I have this one person here who just graduated college and is getting ready to go out into the work world and needs some wear to work clothes. Well, I start looking around in her size and I'm looking for like nice slacks, tops that she can wear. And I keep finding all these cool things. I will find one pair of pants or one top and think, oh, this is nice. But then right down the rack, oh, there's this other one and it's really nice too. And it would look so cute with these pants. So I get both. I end up getting both tops or 2 pairs of pants or 3 pairs of pants or, I don't worry about it. It's okay. I thoroughly enjoy doing it. So I haven't really stuck to what I said I would do, but I'm not worried about it. Because I'm having fun. Okay, Kennedy is the one who's graduating soon and needs work clothes. Now, she did tell me she can wear anything besides blue jeans. And I think I had one of the persons say the same thing, that they did not want jeans. But that's good to know, because otherwise I might have bought you jeans and then you get them and go, what am I going to do with these? She wears a size 4 in pants and medium in tops. And she lives in a cold climate. She lives up north, so maybe a long sleeve top, but if not, she can always pair it with a jacket. And don't worry, I found you some stuff. Plus, I remember what it was like when I first got out into the work world. I mean, like, after I graduated college and got my, I worked all through school, but when I got my first job with my degree, I wanted to dress really nice and look, really good. And I know how hard it is because you're broke. I was broke. I mean, maybe she's not. I was broke. So it's really hard to afford nice stuff. So I think that influenced me to buy more because I remember being in that position. Okay, and for Candace, let's see. Candace doesn't want jeans, and she gave me her size. She was the one who had the bathing suit malfunction. She's the one moving to North Carolina. I did not have a lot to go on, but I think I found some stuff that she's gonna like. That her response was kind of short, but that's okay. We found some stuff. And Chloe, I tell you, this was another thing, like the long flowy skirt. Okay, let's see. She gives me her size, size 8, and wears medium. She likes her clothes to be baggy fitting, loose fitting. That's good to know. She's thinking like shirts. She said she struggles to find shirts. She wants like a baggy shirt to throw over crop tops. Maybe in a checked pattern. Blues and greens suit her best. She has red hair. She likes colorful things matched with black. She likes jewelry choices, so anything, rings, necklaces that I think might look cute. She wears jeans, baggy tees, cargo pants, and layers. That's awesome. That is an awesome response because that gives me so much to work with. And I have a soft spot for redheads because both of my boys are redheads. So that, I want to try to find something. But you know what's funny? Here's the thing, like the long flowy skirt. Okay, she said she wants, as far as the baggy shirt to throw over crop tops, she said maybe a check pattern, blues and greens to go with the red hair. I totally get that. Redheads look so good in green. Oh my gosh. My younger son looks like a little leprechaun when he wears a green t-shirt. I don't say that because it makes him roll his eyes, but he has very red hair and it's really long. It's like halfway down his back. He just looks like a little leprechaun in this green shirt. Anyway, he hates it when I say that. I thought it would be super easy to find some shirts, like just some maybe like, okay, so she wears a medium, so I was thinking like, look in the larges to get something a little bit larger so it'd be baggy fitting. I have not been able to find even one shirt, not one single shirt in blues or greens or a check pattern. I have not found even one single shirt. And I've never had this problem before. I mean, again, it's like the long flowy skirt. In normal times, they're everywhere. I'm tripping over stuff like that. It's just in every thrift store I go to. But of course, now that I'm looking for it, I can't find it. That's the way it goes. It's the curse of the thrift store. I did find you some jeans though. I found 2 pairs of jeans today. That was another thing I couldn't find. I went to this one thrift store yesterday and they had this super long aisle of jeans. And like I was looking in the medium section and this whole thing was just all medium. I went through probably 100 pairs of jeans. There was not a single pair of size 8 jeans in there that looked good. I mean, there were some size 8, but they were, I didn't like them. I found 2 pairs today, so I was very happy about that. So I did find you some jeans. I think I got a short sleeve shirt. Oh, I did get a long sleeve shirt, but it's not quite what I was looking for. But I liked the color, and I thought it would look really good with red hair. So I did find that. So I'm still working on that. I still want to find at least one more, like a blue or green loose-fitting shirt. And for the jewelry, I think several of y'all are going to end up with some of my own personal jewelry because I'm looking through at the stuff I've picked out for your outfits. Like I have one outfit put together right now for Alexis, and I had this belt and necklace that were mine that just go perfectly with it. So you're going to get my belt and necklace because it's just too perfect. You have to take them. Okay, and then, so for Alexis, this is, and then Sarah, I think I just don't have her on here. See, I just print this stuff out. So I can take these with me. They got rained on, and I left a pen open in my purse a couple of weeks ago, and it bled ink all down inside the little pen pocket in my purse. I thought I had gotten it all, but apparently not, because I stuck the list in there, and it got ink on my list, and it got rained on yesterday. Because it rained all day and I was out in the rain, and my papers got soaked because I had to park pretty far away from the thrift store, and I got all the way up to the door before my stupid self realized I'd left my mask in the car. So like Batman, I had to run back and get my mask. My paper got soaking wet. I got wet. It's just, I don't know. But this is useful because I can carry this around. That way I don't have to remember everybody's details. I just walk around with this, and I have my little cart, and I will just set this in the cart, and then I will just pick it up periodically and look at it and go, okay, for this person I still need this and this. And so I will go look for it. And I look for stuff for everybody in every thrift store. Because I thought it might be easier to just pick one person and take care of all their stuff and then move on to the next person. I mean, you can do it that way, But I end up just shopping for everybody every time I go in the thrift store. And like for Maggie here, bless her heart, I've been trying to find a long flowy skirt that kind of meets what I think she would like. Can't find one. I've not found one anywhere. So what do? Do I just not buy anything else until I find that skirt, or I just move on and work on somebody else? Because I did find some other stuff for her. I found some tops and some other stuff. I just can't find a skirt. So I just work on everybody. Okay, so Alexis, bless her heart, this is so simple. I would really love a basic, cozy cowl neck sweater to wear this winter if it's not too much trouble. Or maybe a long, loose flannel. And she wears a large, and she lives in a cold climate again. She says it's pretty chilly up there. She said, I don't need much. I just don't shop for myself or have time to go shopping. I like basic, everyday comfort. I'm just grateful to be picked. I've never won anything. Bless your heart, sweetheart. I did find you a dress. Actually, I found it in my own closet. And you're going to love it, though. It is the cutest dress. And it is a cowl neck. And it is awesome. But I've looked around in some thrift stores. And I found one today. But it was like an extra small. It was about that big around. It would fit a Barbie doll. But this one is awesome. You are going to love it. I promise. It's very warm and it has a very nice cowl neck on it. But it's one of mine. But I want you to have it because I don't wear it that much, and I have another one that's kind of similar to it. So I want you to have this one. So those are the people that I'm shopping for, except for Sarah. I think I just don't have her stuff printed out yet. So I'm going to make a separate video and show you the stuff that I've bought so far. And I think my favorite thing that I found is this sweater. I think it's a green sweater. I think it's made to look kind of vintage, but it's not. It is adorable. It is so cute. And it is for Maggie because it's really made for a very slender person, and it's too small for me. I couldn't wear it. I could have worn it 20 years ago, but not now. Honey, I'm pushing 50, and I know that's, there are plenty of people pushing 50 that are shaped like Barbie dolls. I'm just not one of them. So, but it was adorable, and I'm so glad that I got to buy it. So what I do, I take my paper, and I go to multiple thrift stores. I have spent quite a bit of time driving all over Greensboro, going to different thrift stores. I have enjoyed it. The biggest problem I have, the two biggest problems, the first big problem I have is that I have to remember I'm not there shopping for myself. Because it never fails. Because I'm going through looking at all these sweaters and tops and pants and skirts, and I find these cute things. And I think, oh, that's awesome. I want that. And then I have to remind myself, Mary, you're not shopping for you. Put it back. You're not shopping for you today. You don't need anything. You need to get more stuff out of your closet. Just leave this here. Do not buy this. I had to put back probably a dozen things that I found that were cute that I wanted, but I don't need any more clothes. I have too many clothes. That's one of my problems. I have to remember who I'm shopping for, and it's not me. And I also have to remember, okay, just because I like something does not mean that this person's going to like it. I have to not let my personal preferences dictate everything. If I see a top that I think is really cute, well, you need to look at what they like. They may not like that. That may be something they don't like. Because I know Sarah said that she never wears anything in white. I remember she said that. So I got to keep that in mind. If I find a really cute sweater in white or something, she doesn't wear white, so don't get it. Even if you think it's cool, she doesn't want that. So you gotta shop for her, not yourself. Because I catch myself doing that. I buy things that I think I would like. Well, it's not for me. And I try to limit myself. Like, don't buy 37 sweaters for this person. Maybe just pick one or two and put everything. Don't get them everything. You don't need to send them a refrigerator box full of clothes. Just try to pare it down a little bit. And yeah, one person, maybe it was Sarah, somebody. See, I said I wasn't going to do shoes, but somebody said if I found a pair of boots in their size, they would like some boots. And I first read that and I said, no, I'm not buying shoes, but I found this cool, super cool pair of boots in her size. I wish they were my size. They are awesome. They are so cute. But that's going to be in the next video. So I just wanted to give you a little idea of how I'm doing that. And see, then what I'm going to do, once I have all the pieces and everything, I will lay them out on my bed. Maybe like do each person at a time and put everything, just lay everything out, take inventory of what I have, which is another thing I got to do tonight. And then I would just take the paper and put check marks maybe next to whatever it was they said they wanted, or make little notes, you know, look for this, look, you know, we already have this, see if you can find this to match it. So the next time I go out shopping, I'll have those notes so I'll know what I already have, because you'd be surprised how fast you forget what you buy. I mean, I've bought lots of pieces for 5 different people, so it's easy to forget what you got for each person. So I'll make notes on here. I don't have any notes on here now. What I'm going to do is, after I take stock of everything tonight, I'm going to mark some stuff off and make some notes for myself. And in the process, I also have to make sure I have everybody's mailing address, so that once I go through all this, I'm going to wash everything and, you know, fold it nice and neat, try to get it all pretty, then pack it up and ship it to them. So they'll have some stuff that I really hope they like. Now, go ahead and say, if you're one of the people I picked and I send you something and you don't like it or it doesn't fit, it is not going to hurt my feelings if you don't keep it. It's hard to shop for other people, and it will not hurt my feelings at all if you get something and either it just doesn't fit or you just don't like it and you don't want to keep it. You don't have to. Don't feel obligated. You don't have to keep it. You can give it away, donate it, whatever you want to do. It's totally fine with me. I just hope that out of the stuff that I send y'all, that maybe you'll like at least one thing. So yeah. So now, in my next video, I'm going to do a whisper video, a little show and tell of all the clothes that I've picked out so far. And I will show you what all we have, but I'm not done because there's going to be more. And then the next video you will see after that will be all the outfits put together, including whatever I buy after this round of stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed hearing the stories and hearing a little bit about the process of doing this. It does take a while to get it, you know, to get it done, but it's totally worth it, and it's a lot of fun too. So thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.